How did this man's bare bottom help Britain win World War I?
He looks really different with his suit off, doesn't he? Like, you wouldn't even know that was him.
Give us a clue about the man. Did something go into his bottom or come out of it?
Well... The man is called William Lawrence Bragg. He was a physicist. He was a Nobel laureate. In fact, he remains the youngest recipient of the Nobel Prize. He received it in 1915, along with his father, his famous physicist. In 1915, he was serving as a subaltern in Flanders, trying to find out ways to use sound to locate enemy artillery. So one day, he's sitting on the latrine at the house where he was billeted, a little tight little closet with no window at all, and he'd shut the door, and so that there was no other opening to the outside world apart from the one that he was sitting on. And he noticed that when there was gunfire nearby, his backside momentarily lifted off the seat, even when he didn't really hear the explosion. There was a sort of a thing like this. And meanwhile, another physicist he was working with, a man called William Tucker, was billeted in a tar paper hut, and he noticed that by his cot there were just a couple of little holes, and even on a day when there was no wind, little puffs of air were blowing through. And they compared notes, the two, and the one from the loo and one from these two little holes, and they deduced that this was the result of inaudible, low-frequency sounds of artillery. And they set about devising detectors, and by 1917 it was so advanced that the Allies had a really devastating advantage in locating and targeting enemy guns. And it all came about because his backside lifted off the lavatory.
This is maybe the most inspiring story I've ever heard.
About a lavatory?
About a men's toilet and holes in a wall. Normally, these end super differently.
Yeah.
Normally, it's and they had to shut down that garage. and did they have to use his specific arse on all of
No,
this?
I don't.
You didn't have to go around the whole... so there.
But that's how he discovered it. There are still 40,000 outside lavatories in the UK.
I'm surprised they've not all been turned into serial cafes or something. That's the sort of thing that people keep doing now, turning toilets into bars.
Yeah, there's one not far from here.
Yeah?
It's a toilet.
Turned into a bar?
It's called the toilet, I think.
I think he said that's the one thing he said.
Where you go to the loo, God knows. You can go up the street and do it up the side of a pub. Like...
There used to be a thing when people were peeing up the sides of buildings. Boys, let's be honest, boys peeing outside buildings.
And talented girls.
Yeah, and very talented girls. Lots of London buildings had special tilted metal bars so that if somebody did pee against it, the pee would splash back on the person's shoes. The most southerly public loo in Britain is on the island of the Minkies. Here's a picture of it. It says, this toilet has the distinction of being the most southern building in the British Isles. Please use with care, as the nearest alternative is in Jersey, which is 11 miles away.
It looks like those rocks are leaning against the toilet.
It's like they're queuing up, doesn't it?
It does look like a queue, doesn't it? And they've solidified waiting. Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Well, please, come on, pick something.